Brian Shoemaker joining you here on Central Illinois Sports as we prep you for the upcoming Quincy Shootout, just days away on January 20th and 21st at Blue Devil Gymnasium at Quincy, Illinois. Talking today with Coach Bryce Fantazia of the Modesto Christian Crusaders. His team currently 12-4. Some highlights of the season: they've recently defeated, Nevada state champion Liberty High, and they were the winners of their own holiday Christmas tournament over the break. Coach, how are you doing this afternoon?
Doing very well. Thanks for having me.
You guys have had a pretty nice start to the season, 12-4. Kind of give us a quick recap of how things have went for you.
Yeah, we didn't get off to the best start. We had some injuries. Played three nationally ranked teams to start the year, and so didn't get off to our best start. We're playing, very good basketball as of late. We won 12 of our last 13, and big win Saturday night over Liberty, who just won the Damien Classic out here in California, which is a big deal. And so now 3-0 in league. Had a big league win Monday night. Look to keep it rolling. Hopefully, out to Quincy.
Talking about coming out to Quincy, you're going to make the cross-country trip here for the second year in a row. For those that may not be familiar with you, you're an alumni of Culver Stockton College, which is just here near the Quincy area. When you bring a team across here, you spent some time in college here, you're at least familiar with the high school basketball scene. What do you tell the kids about bringing them to a place like Quincy, to a place like Blue Devil Gymnasium, which has such prominence and prestige and history in high school basketball in Illinois?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of let them know what high school basketball means out there, what Quincy High, the tradition, and I think it's similar to kind of us out here in our area. I think a lot of people, we take pride in our tradition, and when you step in the gym at Quincy High, you just feel like something special in there, and they really take pride in their program. And before we had gone to the event last year, people told me how big the event was, and how much the people in charge of it, try to run a great event. And when we went last year, it definitely lived up to expectations. And we have a lot of new guys this year that'll get to experience it for the first time. And I just think playing in that atmosphere and around in a community that cares so much about basketball, it's just it's a good experience for the young kids, and it's fun to coach in even.
You talk about having pride here in the Quincy area. I know you've got a lot of pride for your own program. You're an alumni of Modesto Christian, and we speak to some coaches that maybe get hired in, to some of these prep academies and some of these larger schools that take on the national prep circuit. For you, coaching this team and bringing this team here has a lot of real deep-seated meaning for you, because you're going to go up against some of the best teams that Illinois and Missouri have to offer this weekend, and there's a lot of pride for you and your team to show them what California basketball is about.
Absolutely. I do take a lot of pride in being an alum from Modesto Christian, and get the opportunity to go play other states' best teams. Like you said, it's an opportunity to kind of see, where you stand, or California versus Missouri, California versus Illinois, and just different style of basketball. We're playing two excellent programs, and just give us an opportunity to see where we stand against really, some of the nation's best.
Let's talk about some of those guys on your team. First off, that we want to highlight is BJ Davis, committed to San Diego State. Kid that's really kind of come to his own here over the past season, labeled as a really good decision maker, a really sharp passer. When you've got that kind of kid in your backcourt, that we'll talk about the rest of the team here in just a second, he's really kind of one of the main gears that makes your high octane offense go, isn't he?
Yes, I mean, he's a special young man, and basketball court. There's a reason he's going to San Diego State. And he's our leader. He leads by example, and when kids play as hard as he does, other kids want to emulate him. And I really think our team kind of takes his personality on, and we definitely go as he goes.
But you've had some other kids that have stepped up here over the past year. One of those is Jalen Brown, who had a really big scoring effort to help you guys win that holiday tournament in your own house. He was named tournament co-MVP. You've got freshman Rashad Cotton, who we've heard a lot of nice things about in the area media over there and what we've been able to see on video. And the big guy inside, Prince Osea, who really is able to get some things done for you guys inside, adds that big presence. Appears to be a really well-rounded roster for you in terms of your starting 5, 6, 7? How would you describe those front guys for your team?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Prince played very well last year. In our matchup against Christian Brothers out there, and he's a gamer. He stepped up this season. He's having a big season for us. He was MVP in our win over Liberty to get 19 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks. So, he was terrific. Jalen is obviously, 1B with BJ's 1A in the backcourt. He's had some big time, outburst scoring, like you said, but defensively, he takes great pride on the defensive end. And, I think he's had a big senior year so far, and he's starting to get a lot more interest college wise. And then Rashad, I mean, he's one of the best freshmen in the country. There's really no sugarcoating it. He was MVP of the Pangos All West camp out here in California as a freshman, and has kind of carried that momentum into the season. He's fearless, shoots it. He's kind of, I'd say, next in line. We like to think we have a great tradition of guards here at Modesto Christian, kind of passing the torch to one another. And when BJ and Jalen leave, they'll be passing the torch to Rashad, and he definitely doesn't play like a freshman.
Speaking with Coach Bryce Fantazia, Modesto Christian will be coming back to the Quincy Shootout coming up on January 20th and 21st. Coach, you have had some really, really tough teams on your schedule already that you told us about. When you come to Quincy here, you're going to have two of the region's best. You're going to have Chicago St. Rita on Friday night, led by Morez Johnson, who's going to Illinois, James Brown to North Carolina, Nogus Indricitis, who's going to be going to Iowa State. One of the most highly ranked teams here in Illinois and one of the big profile teams in the Chicago prep scene right now. When you look at a team like that, who really has some real key pieces and some key positions inside and out, how do you match up with a team like that coming in on the Friday night matchup?
I mean, obviously it's going to be a test. We're very well aware how talented they are. You look at it on paper, they don't look like they have, any weakness. They have terrific guard play, terrific size, athleticism. And, we just need to go out there and kind of do what we do philosophy wise, and, just hope for the best in the matchup. But that's why you play the games. We don't want to obviously go out there and beat a team by 30. We want to see where we stand and see what we need to improve on and get ready for our playoff run here in California. So that's what we hope to learn facing someone like St. Rita.
And then on the next night, you'll come right back. You take on Vashon out of St. Louis, one of the most storied programs out of the St. Louis area. Kennard Davis is going to Southern Illinois. They've got some real talented sophomores who have really stepped up on their roster. And of course, if you know anything about St. Louis basketball, it's full court defense. It's high pressure all the way. I'm sure it's probably nothing that you guys haven't seen, but obviously it'll be another big challenge for you guys coming in on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, Vashon, like you said, storied program, a lot of pride and tradition, and going to college out there, I've obviously heard of Vashon and knew about Vashon. Now coaching high school basketball, even in California, you kind of know what Vashon's about: just toughness, defense. They're going to beat you up, they're going to get after it, and same thing with St. Rita, just an opportunity to see where we stand. I think Vashon will be the defending state champion we played this year. And, another opportunity to see what we need to work on and get ready for, California playoffs.
Awesome. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time today. We're looking very forward to seeing your team here for the second year in the Quincy Shootout. That's going to be the Modesto Christian Crusaders. They'll be taking on Chicago St. Rita on Friday, January 20th. They'll take on Vashon on Saturday, January 21st. You can log on to quincyshootout.com to get your tickets today. Or if you can't make it and you want to watch from home, check us out on YouTube at Central Illinois Sports, and we'll show you how you can subscribe and watch all of the games live from this year's Quincy Shootout. Coach Brian Fantazia, we appreciate your time and thank you for joining us this afternoon, and can't wait to see your team coming up here in Quincy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. This is Brian Shoemaker signing off from Central Illinois Sports. We'll see you coming up very soon at the Quincy Shootout.